Good evening, my name is Debra Medina. I am running for Texas State Comptroller. My husband Noe and I have been married for 31 years. We homeschooled 2 children, and I had the pleasure this morning of spending the morning with my new granddaughter, 2 weeks old today, born 9 pounds and 8 ounces. So we've had an eventful 2014 already. Noe and I raised 2 children, homeschooled both of those kids. Our daughter is a magna cum laude presidential scholar from Stanford University in Birmingham, Alabama, and our son Jacob and his wife are both Texas A&M grads. Both of the boys, our son-in-law and our son, work in the oil and gas industry. Our daughter-in-law is a public ed teacher teaching science in Cuero ISD. I have been working in grassroots politics, public policy for well over 20 years, and often on fiscal reform. How does the government take our money and what do they do with it when they get it? So when you ask me what my philosophy would be on how to run the comptroller's office, I'd say it ought to run like a business. I have 20 plus years in healthcare. I know how to run a large environment on limited resources and run it well and strive for excellence because people's lives depended on it. The life of the state of Texas depends on us running state government better. We've got to get serious. We need people in office who will lead and not just follow. We need folks who will step out and be brave, look ahead and see what's coming, not wait for the next crisis to come before we decide to react. What will you do to keep businesses in Texas and bring new business? You know, one of the problems we have is that the culture in the office is to collect everything that we can. If you go to Austin, you hear more revenue, more revenue, more revenue, more revenue. While we're saying enough already as taxpayers. Collect what's owed, not a penny more. Spend it wisely, do just the things that state government needs to do. There needs to be an urgency to reforming the agency, but also an urgency to reforming tax policy in Texas. I've championed not reform of property tax, but elimination of the property tax. I will continue to champion elimination of the property tax. And let me make it very clear, because this question continues to come up. The Texas Public Policy Foundation put out a study a few years ago that advocated for using a sales tax, and many of your state leaders will say that that will not work. And that policy, as it was proposed, that's correct. It will not work. It's not something any of us would want, because it would require Robin Hooding the resources. We're not going to look for that sort of solution. We absolutely believe that taxes need to be raised where the services are provided. We must overhaul and reform the tax structure in Texas. We have the second highest local debt burden in the country. At a time when our economy is booming and thriving, to not be able to pay our bills, to not be able to pay as we go, is a very strong indication that the system is broke. 30% of our state budget is federal dollars. The system is broke. I'm going to lead looking for major reform. I appreciate your support. My name is Debra Medina. Please vote March 4th, Medina for Texas Comptroller. Thank you.